Hi, good afternoon, good afternoon. Good day, sir. Good day to you. Man, I wish I could just send you this breeze and this weather right now. Been a lot of humidity over here in the south, and it is pretty phenomenal. Like, like a perfect breeze. Like it's just warm enough. Man, I'm grateful. Hello. So, grateful for nature, grateful for my health, grateful for solitude, grateful for change, grateful for being able to adjust to change, grateful for planning for uncomfortable moments other people don't plan for. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. All of a sudden, there's just 170 people here having breakfast or whatever you're doing with us. Okay. What's going on? My name is Nikki Scorpio. I am the introvert that speaks up. I talk about conversations from a different perspective about who you are. I've done a lot spiritually and holistically to crack my code. I share that information because sometimes the reason why you're frustrated and sometimes the reason why you have depression or anxiety or other things that are frustrating are because life doesn't make sense, because they've given you the wrong instruction manual and everybody's telling you how to live their way and most people are not happy right now. Whew, good thing we know that. Moving forward. All right, thank you. Thank you. So one of the things that I want to talk about right now is presentation as we're moving forward, as we're looking to connect with more people, as we're looking to have a different job or to have a job or to get out of the job, to be in a different relationship. You're making a change in your life. Drop an emoji if you're taking a chance in your life, if you are making a change in your life, if you feel like you're going someplace right now and you don't know what the outcome's going to be, but something is telling you to do it and it's scary and it's exciting and you're like, what is going on in the world today? You'd be amazed how many people are just like you and how collective this world is. All right? Good. Good. Everybody else is kind of waking up a little bit. It's all good. What's up, Minerva? What's up, everybody in the VTP family? That stands for Victorious People. All right? So, presentation. What is presentation? Are you aware of your presentation? Are you aware when you communicate with people how you occur to other people? Are you aware of how other people see you? You know how people when they talk like this sometimes and they talk like this sometimes, or people do different things where you can really tell what they're going through and what they're feeling. Thank you. My question is, have you thought when you communicate, when you are frustrated, when you're insecure, when you don't like your circumstances, or when you really do like your circumstances, are you aware of how you occur to other people? In the same way that you have an opinion about how I occur to you based off of my presentation, based off of this hat, this outfit, the background, my tone of voice, the rhythm of my voice. And what if I talk like this? Would it change for you? Would you be frustrated? Would you all of a sudden roll your eyes? Would this be triggering to you? Or is this more relaxing? Sometimes people are used to arguing so much that they can really only hear people when they have really loud voices. Isn't that interesting? Hey, what's up, Erica? Thank you. Ooh, I love Sundays. You know why I love Sundays? You know why I love Sundays? Is because people who are really deeply unhappy, this is their day off to relax and project all their negativity and all their fear onto other people who have nothing to do with their bad mood. It's troll training. So I occur to you, whatever is going on in your subconscious belief, a certain way, and I appear a certain way. Those are two different things, right? So you could take all of that frustration that you have going on internally, right? All those subconscious beliefs and enjoy all of that right over there, right over there, right over there. Because I personally, it's just me personally, I'm not your bad day. Could you imagine if I was your bad day? Could you imagine if the anger that you felt inside had something to do with me? Whew. Good thing. I couldn't imagine going on to a live stream just like in the morning time and just going around and trying to, mock people for language. I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine being so insecure. Good thing that I don't need any validation, and neither do you. So I want to thank all the trolls. I want to thank all the people who mock, who put down, because that's how I got to this place. And there's a lot of us right now who are lying down in bed, who are getting out of relationships, who are getting away from family members, who are grieving loved ones. And I'm on here talking to people so we can pick ourselves up, while you're on here boosting up my algorithm and just talking trash because you hate yourself. Yes, you're miserable, and that's okay. A Scorpio's totally okay with all of that. Yes, what a happy Sunday. What a great, perfect day to just get onto the internet and project all of your insecurities onto a random Scorpio, thinking that I have anything to do with your insecurities and your bad day. Whew. All right, now that we've acknowledged that, let's talk about presentation a little bit more, shall we? Right, okay, perfect. I like how every once in a while it's a female troll, though, because most of the time it's angry white guys who think that they're American, but they're really from the Caucasus Mountains, and they just have facial hair and think that they're an alpha male. Whew. I like to switch things up. Okay, I'm a Scorpio. I'm here for it. I know you have trolls in your life. We're not positive vibes only. We're real vibes only. We're gratitude vibes. Okay, we are in a different world. Why am I so hostile and aggressive? I'm not hostile and aggressive. This is my office. I get paid to do what I love. I'm just fascinated by the fact that people come onto my live stream and project anger and fear and insecurity onto me. And you have people like that in your life too. And what's really interesting, even though Saturday's technically the day that we're supposed to be going to religion and spirituality, we've been hustled, and so we think that it's Sunday. This is supposed to be a day of mindfulness, and people come onto the live stream. It's very interesting how people come onto the live stream and project insecurity and fear. So no anger, no hostility. I'm a protector. I'm a warrior for people who feel voiceless and unheard and unloved and unwanted and unseen. I'm the person in your life if you're going through a difficult time, if you're grieving, if you're getting out of an abusive relationship, if your family is narcissist or mentally or verbally abusive in any way, shape, or form. I'm the person who's going to tell you that you have nothing to do with how they feel. You're not responsible for other people's happiness or anger. You're doing the best you can with the information you have. Ooh, yes, I love Sundays. I swear to you. If you have trolls in your life, please hang around. Because of course, it's always got to be, I know you're like 30, 40, 50 years old. You think that you're an alpha male. Here's the difference. In real life, when you see me, you don't make eye contact with me for longer than 2 seconds because it hurts to see the light, right? It hurts. It's challenging. But I'm not responsible for that. I know that it's weird when you see a man talking about his feelings. I know that it's different when you see a man who was raised by lesbians and had a gay birth father who died of AIDS. I know it's very different. I know you just really want to put me in a box. The thing is, I turned the box into a ship, and then I turned it into an airplane, and I converted the box, right? So I'm so outside the box that there is no box, that you're in the box, but you think that you're trying to put me in a box. I know it's very confusing. Thank you. I want for you to get used to the fact that the more that you love yourself, other people will love you, and then other people will have to take responsibility. Yes, love that. I love this. I love life. Okay, so presentation. Now then, one of the things that I didn't know when I was going on this journey, it's just going to be me and you now. It's just one-on-one. All the rest of the angry wannabe alpha males can go play in their room and draw daddy a picture and go hang out with mom and have some potassium and have a banana. Okay, we're moving forward in our lives. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me see how many. Okay, cool. All right. So if you are somebody who is doing the work, who is leveling up, who is doing the shadow work, the inner child work, however you want to call it, right? Thank you. I'm glad my attitude loves you. This is a Scorpio, okay? I'm not sorry. I'm sorry when I overreact, and I feel like it's pretty fair that when people come onto the live stream and have negative energy, we can have a teachable moment, because you have people like that in your life. And one of the things that I've learned, and I've talked about this last week, is speaking with conviction. Speaking in a way where you mean it. Because sometimes when we're talking, when we're trying versus doing, when we're trying to explain who we are, and we're not actually being aware that we are explaining who we are and we are saying who we are. And what I mean by that is that if I say, hey, don't talk to me like that. Or if I say, hey, you know, people who love me, they don't talk to me that way. You see the difference? It's subtle. A little bit more eye contact. And I'm a little bit more in the mood. Thank you. Thank you. Okay? So, part of presentation, part of your presentation, and here's the reason why presentation is important. It doesn't matter what brand names you wear. It doesn't matter what clothes you wear. It doesn't matter what your outfit looks like. It doesn't matter if you shop at Walmart or if you live in Beverly Hills and Bel Air, okay? It doesn't matter. It for me, in my personal opinion, it's more so about, as we're having a conversation, how do we carry ourselves? How do we carry ourselves? Shout out to all the different signs up in here. A lot of Aries energy. Scorpios, totally good with that. So with presentation, it's really more so about when you want to connect. For example, when I was living in the West Coast, when I was living in Los Angeles, I would meet people that were very spiritually evolved. I would meet people who were very financially well off. And I would notice how sometimes I would feel so deeply insecure and I would feel so out of place when I was in those conversations. And what I realized was that was the kind of energy that I wanted to be around. And the fact that I was uncomfortable in that kind of energy around people who are successful in the way that I wanted to be told me that I had work to do. So I started hyper-focusing on this. And I would notice how when I would get around people who are successful or people who are attractive or people that I wanted to connect with, I would notice how I would change my posture. I would notice how I would adapt in a certain way. And one of the things that I realized in my life is that it's not about trying to get that other person to like you, right? It's about us. It's about how in love with your words are you. That's presentation for me. My focus on presentation is, do I know who I am? When I have user 7654321 in here, like, you're not a real man, or why should I listen to you? And like, you know, those kind of people, right? Can I know who I am when somebody's trying to attack my character or deeply hurt inside and just wanting to say, hey, like Oscar the Grouch, come in here into the trash and hang out with me, I'm lonely. I'm like, no, thank you. Enjoy all of that. Enjoy that trash. Enjoy that trash. Enjoy that. I have nothing to do with that, non-emotionally, right? For those of you who have a job, for those of you that have family, when you're around people who are stressing you out or frustrating you or annoying you, how do you occur? How do you occur? And what I mean by occur is, like, you might think that you're one way. You might think life is some way, right? Like when people who have more narcissistic tendencies, or people who gaslight, for people who are mentally and verbally abusive, when they say, you are stupid, I say, that's how it occurs to you. That is how it occurs to you. That's not the truth. Word, Marie, thank you. Or Mary. Marie? How do you occur to other people? Are you a very spiritual person until you get around other people and they annoy you? Scorpio's here for whatever comes his way. That's why people are like, don't focus on the trolls, Nikki Scorpio. And I'm like, I have mimosas with the trolls. Sunday with the trolls. Next on the Nikki Scorpio show. Because here's the thing, and don't worry, they're alcohol-free, they're gluten-free, they're magic, okay? The mimosas that we have. All right, they're from Whole Foods. Does that make you feel better? I got jokes. All right, so if somebody puts you down, if somebody insults you, or if you feel like somebody is judging you, can that other person see in your body language that you are affected without you knowing? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get that? I want to make sure that this makes sense. I want for you to level up, because I was having a conversation with somebody. I was having a conversation with somebody, and I wanted for them to communicate with me like they were talking to the person that they wanted to have a conversation with. And when they were talking to me, I noticed that their body language and their energy was very, like, obviously frustrated. They were frustrated. They were annoyed. And I communicated that with them of like, the way that you're talking, if you're having that conversation, it occurs to me like you're annoyed and you're frustrated, and that like I'm a moron by the way that you're just like, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening and this is happening. And I get that from experience. I get that. However, emotional mastery is being able to say in that moment, when I am the CEO, when I'm a boss talking to another boss, when everything in my life is going according to plan. Hey, thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Nuri. Thank you. When everything in your life makes sense, it's a different conversation. I am different when I'm overseas in Greece, when I'm in France, when I'm in Europe, when I'm in Egypt, when I'm in, Australia, when I'm in New Zealand, when I'm getting paid to do what I love, when I'm, not struggling and suffering. Even if I'm living in the hood, even if I'm living in the projects, if mentally, if metaphorically, I'm in a different space and I already know that everything's coming my way, I feel like I might be one of the most optimistic people that I've ever met in my life. I do not believe, for all the people who don't like what I'm doing and who have opinions about me, I guarantee you probably around 80 to 90% of those people could not have been in the situations that I was in and been in gratitude. And that's presentation. That's me being grateful for who I am on the days that I didn't want to. That's me waking up where my roommates are chain smoking, and I'm waking up and I can barely breathe. That's me looking out the window and there's the hallway and it smells like humans have been around and don't have access to, facilities to rest in a room, if you know what I'm saying, because I keep this as family friendly as I possibly can in this lovely world that we live in. That's me being in gratitude when I'm on the bus and I feel like people are judging me because I'm holding all these supplies to go to this job where I'm basically a glorified janitor working at a nightclub with a mop and a bucket and a broom, washing people's hands and cleaning up the bathrooms, while there's people that I would love to be hanging out with and networking with, and being in gratitude that I have a job instead of trying to, network and talk to them when I'm just working as a bathroom attendant. That's me when I know the experiences that I've had in life, when I've been to a certain place and then I feel like I'm down at the bottom, and then I'm telling myself this is not backwards, this is forward. Most people in your life do not have the courage and the optimism that you have. They don't know what to do with the fact that you're leveling up, and they don't want to because they're afraid. This weather right now, I hope like the iPhone 16 has like scratch and sniff. I'm gonna put in some suggestions. I want scratch and sniff. I know the 16. I'm saying just come on, just chill. I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice? Let's say the next iPhone or the iPhone afterwards, we want to get some iPhone scratch and sniffs, and I want to be able to share this weather with you right now because this breeze, it's perfect. And there's no humidity in the South right now. Okay? What I'm saying is, if you're a content creator, for example, if you're somebody where you want to post more videos and you feel like you can't because of your physical appearance, is your presentation of yourself that you are insecure and you need validation from other people? Or is your presentation, I love who I am and I want to find other people who feel like me, so I'm going to be more myself? Do you get what I mean? Let me know if you don't get it. Because when you have a level of anger, when you have a level of frustration, when you feel like there's a secret within you that you can't tell people, or there's some trauma that's inside of you that you haven't fully processed and healed all the way, you're going to be angry, and you're going to be aggressive, and you're going to be annoyed, and you're going to be frustrated very, very easily, versus after you heal it, people can come around you and you're like, that's weird. That has nothing to do with how I'm living. Why does this person feel like they can talk to me this way? Presentation. Well, let me talk about this, Crystal, and maybe this will help. So Priya, because you're talking about that you have stalkers. The question for me, where I go to is, you know what's interesting is sometimes when I work with people, when I do one-on-one sessions with people, and they tell me what they're going through, and when I talk with them, there's this energy that they have where I get why it's happening, and at the same time, I can't put my finger on why it's happening. So what I would say is, if you feel like people are bothering you, that this is what the inner work is, just self-exploration. What I would do, and what I have done, is I've sat down with myself to say, why is this happening? What is it about myself? Because here's the thing. Other people who might look like you or might be in the same circumstance, just be open to this, please. I love you. I care about you. No criticism, no judgment. I'm just saying, be fascinated, be curious. Somebody else in the exact same circumstance who had a different set of circumstances, meaning they grew up with a different mom or dad or belief system or whatever, would have people who are narcissistic and would have people who are a certain way, and they wouldn't pursue that other version of you, if that makes sense. Like, there's something about how we're communicating, how we're moving, that we're putting our head down, that we're walking like this, that we're soft-spoken, that other people have this thing where it's like this predator-prey conversation. So what I would say for you is to take a look at, if you're frustrated, to say, how am I presenting myself when I'm walking around? How do I occur to other people? What is it about my conversation, my communication, my energy, my aura, who I am at the very existence, at the very core of who I am, that keeps on allowing these kind of people in my life? What am I doing? Let me remove them from the conversation. Let me remove them from the equation. Let me remove the fact people are morons and people are idiots and people are stupid and people are dumb. And let me just know that there's some kind of logic that person has where they think that it's possible to even approach me this way. Presentation is being able to slow down and have awareness. It's being able to, years ago, I now have the awareness that I'm going to be walking around with this anger, with this frustration, because I haven't processed this other thing that's happened before. Word. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. I'm glad we're talking about this. I'm glad that this connects. Thank you for tapping on the screen. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for leveling up with me. Thank you for taking notes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. And again, if you just met me, my name is Nikki Scorpio. I'm the introvert that speaks up. I've done many, many, many different things: ceremonies, shamans, healing, meditation, yoga, retreats, seminars, classes, courses, to get to this place, to level up, to crack my code. And I share that information with you because I don't think you should be paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get information to be yourself. I don't think so. Okay? So, you know, what I want for you to think about is, you have a blank canvas every single day, every single moment. And probably what's happening in your life is you're realizing that you're up against yourself, because you get around other people and they attack your character and they mock you and they tease you. And now you're realizing that there's actually work to do, and you're not loving yourself as much as you could be, as much as you should be, as much as you can be. Thank you. Let me see. I don't know what I need to do to get away from the same type of people in my life. Woo, perfect. What a great place to be. Here we are. I've been there. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Here's the thing. If you're open to it, take notes. And again, I don't gatekeep information. I talk about this in my one-on-ones. I highly recommend connecting with me if you want to do a deep dive. However, I just like to share information because I want to see you level up. So I appreciate you rocking with me. Number one, momentum. Momentum is a word to be aware of. What is your momentum? And what I mean by momentum is like how much gratitude do you have for yourself before you get around your relationship, your family member, your coworkers, your boss? You've been doing that autopilot thing where you just wake up and you just get around other people and you just hope that people are going to like you. What is your momentum? Are you waking up, getting out of bed, going, getting your coffee, doing what you do, driving to work, just going in life, just talking to people completely and totally unaware of how you occur your presentation? Yes. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Okay. Your momentum, for example, today, if you don't have anything to do, can you just be okay with that and not feel like you're lazy? Maybe you've been working really hard. Maybe you've been spreading yourself thin. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're burnt out. Can you be okay with that? Can you honor that? And just honor the fact that your body's telling you, hey, we're tired. What's up, Infinite Light? Nice to see you. Can you be okay with your progress and your process right now? That's momentum. Momentum isn't hustle, 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 go, go, go. I got to get up. I got to get it. No, that's burnout culture. We're not doing that anymore. You don't have to exhaust yourself. And here's the thing. If you have to work, more so if you're choosing to work, because you don't have to do anything, right? You have to be born and you have to die eventually. Or not. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're different. Maybe you're the chosen one. Who knows? You'd be surprised who's on this live stream. That can you be in gratitude because you asked for a job, because you asked for kids, because you asked for an apartment, because you asked for a home, because you asked for a room for rent, because you asked for a trailer, because you asked for a mansion, because you made the conversation with the people around you, because you consciously or subconsciously chose all of the events in your life, all of the circumstances, and now you're becoming aware of that. If you feel like you don't have any options and you don't have any choices, that is your perspective. And the analogy that I've given before is if you feel like you're in a dark place, well, drop an emoji. Let me know and be open and be vulnerable with people and tap in, especially if you're an introvert, especially if you're so frustrated you don't even want to type an emoji. Just be around people who love you. Do you feel like you're in a dark place? Do you feel like you've been in a dark place? Do you feel like you're picking yourself up out of a dark place? Be real. There's no shame. Trust me. People in the Hamptons pick themselves out of a dark place. Trust me. How to accept life after drugs? Just let yourself know that you're not an addict. You've just been insecure. You've always been clean. You're not dirty. There's nothing wrong with you. You've just been insecure, and you needed approval from somebody when you were younger, and so that's why you did that. And so now you're a victorious person. Congratulations. Love yourself and be okay with cutting other people off. Okay. So good. So you can acknowledge that. So now that you acknowledge that, How do you get out of a cave if you don't have a map, if you don't have a flashlight? How? How do you do that? How do you get out of a cave? If you don't have a map, if you don't have a flashlight, what do you do? What do you look for? What do you look for? Let me know. Use your other senses. No, if people trigger you, you should thank them and go into another room, set a boundary, and figure out where that comes from. You look for the light. Exactly. You look for the light. And what I mean by looking for the light is what if, for example, if you say, I'm in pain right now, can you go back to that part of yourself and say, I have health in my body, so therefore I am healthy and I'm getting healthier, and just speak that into existence and know that there's actual evidence and proof that talking to yourselves and talking to yourself actually works. And can you make that real? So now when people ask how you're doing, you don't tell them, oh, I'm in pain, I'm hurting. You say, I'm getting healthier. If you have 0.01, if all of you is in one gigantic body cast and all that you have is your big toe, okay? Remove these mosquitoes from my life. Can you give attention to that health? Because I'm telling you, it's not a cheesy thing. It's not a cliche thing. There's actual proof that it works. If you feel like you're poor, if you feel like you're broke, can you focus on the fact that you are aware that you are not financially where you want to be, and that you're taking action to get to that place? You're doing things to move forward. You're not broke. You're not broken. And for those of you who talk about addiction, you're not an addict. You are not an addict. Everybody has addiction. People are emotional spenders, emotional eaters, emotional communicators, addicted to pulling tarot cards if they need to go to the bathroom. People are addicted to drama. People are addicted to choosing chaos. People are addicted to having abandonment issues. You were with me until I said abandonment issues. You're like, hey, I know I got you. What is your presentation that allows the situation in your life that you don't like? So number one is, what's your momentum? How much gratitude for yourself do you have? And how much time do you give to yourself before you get around other people? Because again, for me, I feel like with you, I feel like with us, with this family, with these live streams, I feel like I can go on here, introvert mode, on fire mode, insecure, anxiety, because I like to show you all the different sides of me. I never want for you to think that I'm one of these people who puts on like a show and it turns off the show and I'm a completely different person. I want for you to see that I believe in being transparent, because I want for you to see that I'm you and you are me. Right? You say, how do we nurture? How do we nurture ourselves? It's being able to give more gratitude in the face of adversity. Like when I was in the relationship that I didn't want, I just had the inner knowing that life was going to get better for me. I started setting boundaries. I started actually thanking that person for annoying me, because I realized that was something that existed before this relationship. relationship. I would say a way that you can nurture yourself right now is taking responsibility for the fact that other people are able to affect you and tap into insecurities, and there's still an effort for yourself, and it's not an annoying thing. It's literally, you are the business, you are the solution, it's your life. Shouldn't you be on fire for your life? Shouldn't you want to put in an effort for your life, even though life has been hard and people have beaten you down and nobody understands you? Like, can't you just understand yourself now? I believe so. And let go of that story of your best years are behind you, or that you're out of shape, or you're this way or you're that way, and you can't do this and you can't do that, and life is hard and nobody wants to hear your story, and I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. Like, yo, nobody does until they do it. I didn't know TikTok. I didn't know what to do on TikTok. I didn't know how to create content. My very, 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 very first videos are just like same kind of thing, just not as much conviction. Where is this mosquito? You hear him? Oh, that's user 765-43210 in the live stream. I got you. Right. People have beliefs, and people have sentences, and people say things about themselves and don't even realize, like, and this is another part of presentation. One of the biggest things that I want to bring to people's attention, it might not apply to everybody, is when you get around people who are attractive, when you get around people who are successful, when you get around people that you want to connect with, and you start putting down things that you own, you start putting down your phone, you start putting down your clothes, you tell people, oh, I don't have enough followers, or I'm not good at doing that. When you start putting yourself down to somebody who naturally is giving you their time to get their approval, to get their, like, look, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I know, this is how I get approved. Like, cut that out. It's not in style anymore. There you go, Michelle Amazing. There you go. And I feel like I might be that person. I want to be that person in people's lives to be like, yo, have you checked in with yourself and how you speak to yourself? You hate your job and you still work it. You think I don't know how difficult that is? I feel like the grass is pretty green on this side when you speak your truth. You think you can't get another situation? You think you can't get another relationship? You think you can't get another job? What, because your best years are behind you, or you're too old, or your teeth are this way or that way, or your weight's this way or that way, or your skin is this way or that way? Sell the world more on why you're not good enough, why you're not worthy, and then be frustrated that you don't have good people in your life. You do it. You know it, but you freeze up in the moment. And I love that you say that, because I've been talking about that recently. So now you're starting to realize that you need to love yourself more, aren't you? Aren't you? Admit it. There's nothing wrong with it. You're realizing you need to love yourself more, and are choosing to love yourself more and want to love yourself more. Because the more that you're getting around people, you're realizing people either really like me or they don't. With getting a divorce and living on my own, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm finding Okay, good. So be with yourself. Be with yourself. Yes, loving myself is using the word no more. Big no's lead to bigger yeses. Big no's lead to bigger yeses. When you stop reacting to family members and people who put you down and attack your character and stuff like that, when you say no, I don't allow this, I don't accept this, I know who I am. No, I'm not afraid. No, I love myself. No, I don't care that you're unattracted to me. I don't care that you're putting down my physical appearance. No, you get bigger yeses. I absolutely know what it's like to be frustrated and to feel like nobody hears you and nobody understands. Absolutely, absolutely. 100,000%. I know it. I know very, very, very much about insecurities. Yeah, don't insult yourself to get anybody's approval. Just in case you doubted if I was in the South. Presentation. Presentation is awareness. So for example, right now, right? Because I'm staying at somebody else's house and there's other people that move around. So in the moment, I can keep on talking to you, and I can also at the same time from doing the work, be aware where my mind goes to. And in this moment, realize if I'm having a floating thought that I can go back to, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful I'm in nature. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful people love me. I'm grateful. And if they're me, yeah, it's a lot. All right, here we go. So I got to put on these headphones because sometimes I'm telling you. See, do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? What can I do? What can I do? The audio's just going to be a little bit different. Just rock with me. It's all good. For every problem, there's solutions. For every problem, there's solutions. What can I do? What can I do? You know what I mean? What can I do? Look, boom, cool, cool. All right. It is frustrating. And at the same time, 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 I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I can move. Oh man, one of my headphones is not charged. So now where do we go? Where do we go from here? All right. It's not gonna work. So now what do? We have patience. We slow down, slow down, slow down. Spiritual emergency brake. Spiritual emergency brake. Spiritual emergency brake. And then I say, hi, my name's Nikki Scorpio. We're going on a nature hike. Follow me on this journey of magical mystery and exploration because we are going to go into a different dimension. Follow me on this journey, kids, as we go to a different place of self-awareness. Yes, how amazing. For every problem, there's a solution. There's no judgment. Don't think I'm better than anybody else. I just know where I'm going in my life, and I don't like profanity on my live streams. Boom. You see what I'm saying? Never stops. Never stops. You think when you get more success and more peace and more level ups that the rest of the world's going to stop for you? No. Who am I to tell people to change? Yes, and then exactly, and then Jen, what Jen said right here, this is what we do now to change the energy. So if I was in a meeting right now, what I would do is I would say, hey, I'm just gonna use the bathroom, I'll be right back. And then here's what I would do. I would go into the bathroom, just breathe with me right now. What I would do is I would go into the bathroom. Let me show you actually Here, let me see if I can do this standing up. What I would do is I would put my hands on my hips, because this is a power pose. There's actual research behind it that when you do it this way, that it connects you, it grounds you. And I would take some deep breaths. I could take 6 deep breaths in this kind of moment. So you can just, it's simple. Fill yourself up with gratitude and release the other stuff. One. And what I'm thinking about is all the things that I'm grateful for, and I'm releasing all the stress and the frustration and the anxiety. Just breathe with me. Get some more oxygen into your body. It's good. Two. 3. 4. 5. 6. Now I'm going to show you 2 different things that I do, because there's probably still some frustration that's around. Okay. There's 2 different things that I do. I've talked about energy medicine before. Donna Eden is a great teacher. Hey, what's up, Andy? Nice to see you, man. What am I doing? What happened is life changes, and there was a person who has a different kind of energy that just came around and was being very loud and speaking profanity, and Nikki Scorpios for the family and for the kids, and so it was a different kind of energy. So I'm showing you what I do in real life moments when people come around with a different kind of energy, and there's aggression and there's anger that has nothing to do with me. This is how I reset so I can be in a better space. All right, so another thing that I do, this is called energy medicine. This woman, Donna Eden, cured herself from multiple sclerosis. She's been teaching this for over 40 years. It's similar to Reiki. It's similar to tapping. Donna Eden, Donnaeden. She's very perky. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, I want to be transparent with people. I'm never going to pretend like everything is all perfect, all happy all the time. I refuse. These other influencers and these other spiritual people that are always smiles on all of their content, trust me, I work with them. They are completely different when the camera's off. And I hope that somebody who is that way gets triggered right now and actually does something about it, because it's not in style anymore. Okay, so there is a cool thing you can do. And what this does is this helps with the fight, flight, or freeze. Okay, and this is what this looks like. So you start with your left hand, which would be my right, this side, and you go to your temple. Shout out to the people who are sending me energy. I can feel it burping out the drama. Okay, you start at the temple right here, and you're gonna go over your ear. I don't care if other people are watching. Let them think, what are you doing? Is that witchcraft? Yes, it is, yes. Okay, move forward. Okay, right here. No, honey, I'm doing a dance. It's like the Macarena meets the Hokey Pokey. Shut up, I'm trying to level up and love myself and ascend into the 5th dimension. Spiritual people are telling me things. Okay, I got you. I'm in the South. I got jokes. Come on, chill. Okay, so right here. You go on the temple. You go over your ear. You're going to go down your shoulder. You're going to go off your ring finger. Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. Woof. And then you do the other side. And I can do this quickly in public. I can do it really quickly. Wait, hold on. Exactly. Okay? And then you do the other side, right here. Right hand, which would be my left. See, this way. Okay? You go temple, you go over the ear, right here, and you go off the ring finger. Okay. All right. Then what I can do, there's another one that I can do where I'm going to center myself, ground myself, balance my north and south polarity. What's cool about this stuff is that you can do it even in your mind and you can still get it. And it's very simple. You don't have to say any mantras or prayers or intentions or anything like that. It's just literally energetic points, meridians. Was it a good one? Did you feel that? Okay. And thank you, Jolene. And then so you put a hand on your forehead, hand on the back part of your head, and you just breathe in just 3 times. Either way, either hand, it doesn't matter. Okay. What else can I do? If there's any anxiety, you can tap right here. You can go down the belly button to get rid of all the... Okay, now here's one that I haven't really shown you. That's for grounding that you can do. This one is easier when there's not other people around. Let me see. Okay, so take your foot, okay? Put your foot on your knee. 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 Then, so your left leg, if you can't do it, visualize it, because you can still get it. Just visualize it, okay? Put your left foot on your right knee. Then you put your right arm. Are you with me so far? So my leg that is on the ground, this arm on this side, you put that on your shin. You put the other hand, and if you don't want to touch the bottom of your feet, that's fine. You can just put it around your feet. You put your left hand on the under part of your foot, and you stand and you sit straight. You don't have to be super straight. It's all good. Crooked. And you just breathe 3 times. And this will ground you. All right, you do the other side. Foot down. As the cicadas sing. Yep. Okay. Did a little burping. Love that. Love that. Did a little burpee. All right. Now you put your left foot, right? Put your left foot down on the ground, mate. Right? You put your right foot on your left knee. Right? You put your, this left arm, you put it on his shin. You put your right hand on the bottom part of your foot. And you breathe, mate. You breathe, right? You breathe 3 times. Simple. Don't have to say any tensions, nothing like that. Just breathe. Baby, release. See? So, what I would have done, because I was already good by that point, what I would have done if in that moment where that person's energy came up and changed is I would have just gone into a bathroom. I would have done the power pose. I would have taken 6 deep breaths, remind myself who I am, go into that conversation from a space of everybody around me is blown away by my presence. I'm now aware of this other person's energy, so they're not where I'm at energetically. And so I now know that I'm validated. So I'm going to remove my need for validation and understand where they're at. And I'm going to be aware of their body language, their patterns, their speech, who they are. And I'm going to make direct eye contact, and I'm going to be the person that I'm looking for. When I'm looking for love, I show it. Power pose. There's a couple different ones. I just like this one. Bum, ba-dum. And you just do this for 2 minutes. Do you like my jeans? I had to dye them because I'm living in the South and it's like so incredibly dusty, right? And it's like I just want to put on my boots and put on my Celine flats and just like and dusty, right? It's just like you do this, you put your hands on your hips, and it's like it connects with the center of the universe, and like people are just like, wow, you're so powerful, everything you say is so intelligent. You do that for like 2 minutes. Okay, right? Love that for us. I refuse to be miserable. I refuse. Wow, still 130 people here, and I'm such a weirdo. Interesting. Thank goodness that I'm around people who love me as I am. I can't imagine needing validation. All right. Power pose, baby. Power pose. If I'm not in a good place in a meeting or in circumstances, I will immediately excuse myself. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm a better experience when I'm in gratitude. I'm a better experience when I'm in gratitude, when I'm grateful. I'm way better that way. Oh yeah, people definitely mock American accents. Absolutely, all the time. Yes. Yes, Bo, I did, yes. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? This is why being a truth seeker is powerful. This is why being curious is powerful. Like, I'm out here in nature, and at the same time, there's other people around. What am I gonna do? My eyes definitely changed color. What am I gonna do? Tell every single person on planet Earth to stop living their way and live mine? Who am I? We get told enough to change and stop being who we are. I want for people to be all the way themselves. I want to see the truth. What I would like you to get, though, is that for me, where I go to is, I want for you to be all the way yourself, and at the same time, I'm not obligated to be around certain energies all the time. And there's no judgment. It just doesn't work. If I'm talking to you and telling you to stay alive and to keep on going and to pick yourself up and to remember who you are, and that the people around you are miserable, and then somebody comes around me and they're yelling and they're cursing and they're not understanding that I'm live streaming and I'm talking to people, and I can get possibly banned by profanity and certain kinds of language, what am I going to do? Say, hey, can you please stop being angry and please get off your phone call out of your house and out of your yard, and can you please change how you're communicating? No. That's what we do on planet Earth. That's that old nonsense. No. Am I going to tell the people around here who communicate in a certain way that I don't stand for to stop being that way? Or am I going to realize like it's a couple of bad seeds? I don't give my attention to people like that, because some people want to change and other people just want to validate that life is hard. Right, freedom of speech. Who am I? Who am I? And that's a big part of presentation, because that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about presentation. What's your presentation? And how do other people present themselves? And what do you do when other people present themselves in a way that you don't like? What do you do? Happy Sunday. Thank you. And there's a butterfly that just flew by me. See, so we're back into the game. We're back into the good stuff. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Apocalyptica. So What do you do when other people's presentations don't match yours? What do you do? For me, like, I slow all the way down. I slow all the way down. And I go to a space of curiosity. Just like right now, like I go there right now. And if you were talking to me, I'm still listening. I'm still in the conversation. If anything, if you were talking to me right now and there was that other conversation going on, I would hyper focus in on your words. I would go all the way into the world, into our conversation. I would go all the way into this conversation. And at the same time, what I can do while I'm listening to you is I can talk to the other person who's being aggressive or being in a different way that doesn't match, and to say, hey, right now I'm on a conversation, or hey, I'm talking with somebody right now and it's not appropriate to talk this way and talk that way. Some people don't get that understanding because their wires are crossed or fried or whatever. So there's a balance within everything. But I always check in, like, all the time. You're thinking of leaving the group? What group? Do it. Do it. Leave. You're thinking of leaving? Leave. Follow your intuition. Yes, Jolene. Yes. The great pause. Hey, what's up, Brooklyn Queen? Nice to see you. The great pause. Yes. Slow down. Emotional intelligence takes 3 to 5 seconds before you react when you don't like how you feel. It's a long time. 3 seconds before you respond. 5 seconds before you respond. Thank goodness I'm all the way over here, because I just cannot imagine being in a different kind of realm. I do better in solitude. I do better around people who are in gratitude. I do better when I don't take other people's opinions and words and energy personally. It's temporary. You're in a temporary energy right now. You wanting to go to this next phase in your life. There's a lot of people that are taking chances right now. They're taking chances at their jobs. They're taking chances with relationships. They're taking chances with themselves of getting out of relationships. They're moving. They're packing up their stuff. They're leaving. We're doing this. Drop an emoji if that's you in some way, shape, or form. Let me see. Because I can't let a temporary situation block my momentum. And again, that's what I was talking about earlier. A big part of manifesting is momentum. So people are going to constantly think differently. So I can go back to gratitude in those moments. You're going to get to the other side. And if you're afraid of the chance that you're about to take, I want to tell you from my experience and from my understanding, the scarier the chances that you're taking, and you're doing it in the name of leveling yourself up, the more success you're going to have. Every single chance that I've taken in this past year that has been so incredibly scary. Do you know how frustrating it was for me to get out of my relationship in the last year? Do you know how frustrating it is when you've been with somebody for a decade and you're so invested and you just want to be married and have kids and it can't happen? Do you know how frustrating that is? That you can't have consistent happiness and gratitude when everybody tells you that you're a match? I love the South, and I'm grateful that I have people around me who love me as I am. Do you know how frustrating it is when you're going on a road trip with somebody and you want to travel around the United States of America, and that they say they have all these places where you can stay and they have everything lined up, and you just need to pay for gas and transportation and stuff like that. And you find out that person is a compulsive pathological liar and has mental health concerns that are way beyond anything you've ever experienced before, and even though they transferred over the title of their car to you because they couldn't even legally drive, and your intuition is telling you to go on this journey that logically doesn't make any sense, and you're like, in the real world I would have already disconnected from this person. However, everybody's telling me to go on this journey and it doesn't make any sense. However, my intuition is screaming at me to go. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how absolute, like, in real life situations, like, there are certain people that I've connected with that in other circumstances I wouldn't have connected with. However, as a human, I don't control my environment. I don't control my life. I lean into it. I lean into it. I lean into it. And I'm still going on this journey, traveling around the United States, and I'm still going to bring people together. I'm still going to do it. It's just there was a delay. Should I be frustrated that there was a delay? Because I think it's pretty cool that there was a delay, because I was able to be in this kind of energy and this kind of conversation, and my amazing moderators, my soul brother, came out to his father, and his father said, "Yep, I already knew that." And I love the fact he's able to be more himself now. Hey, what's up, Kenny? Nice to see you. Right, I'm good with being in the mess. I'm good with being in the mess, because everybody is a hot mess right now. Everybody is like, are aliens gonna land? Is God gonna come down from the sky and say, "Guess who's back"? Like, what's gonna happen? We don't know. We don't know. Everything is in theory right now. So again, that's why we're having this conversation. What is your presentation? How do you present yourself? How is life occurring to you? What are you aware of? How is your body language when people disagree with you? How is your body language when you disagree with other people? What's going on physically when somebody says something to you? Can you stand tall in that moment? Or do you go like this, and do you go like this, and do you go like this, and you go like this, and do you touch yourself? Do you know why you do that? Do you know why you do this when people talk to you, or why you go like this, or why you go like this? Do you know why? Exactly, Snowbird, thank you. It's insecurity. We're looking for love. When people go like this, they're looking for love. When people go like this, it's because they're nurturing themselves. They're nurturing themselves. Be aware that when something is uncomfortable, be aware that you automatically go to touch yourself, or your nose itches, or you need to play with your hair. I'm telling you, your body is talking to you and you're not aware of it. You still in the countryside? I should reschedule the one-on-one. I'm here. I love being in this energy. I love being in the country. You cannot talk without using your hands. I get that. They actually say that when you talk to people who use their hands more, that people think that they're more trustworthy. Isn't that an interesting thing? Don't you agree that that's such an interesting thing, that when people see somebody who's talking with their hands, that, you know, that they think that they're more trustworthy, and they can, what? No, not the Macarena. Okay. No? Okay. Yeah, Zanika, everybody's name is here. It's interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. You thrive in awkward elevator silence. Absolutely. I love that. I'm encouraging people to go on a long-term long-term journey of being an uncomfortable energy. Is it 111 o'clock over here? Yeah, it is. Angel numbers. Thank you. I love being an uncomfortable, awkward energy. I love it. Like, yeah, it was frustrating that what happened earlier where somebody came out and had a whole different kind of energy. However, I love learning. I love being like, oop, I'm in the unknown right now. And there are people watching me. There's 100 people watching me while somebody comes in and just starts dropping F-bombs and stuff like that. What do I do with this information? How much can I love myself? How in control of myself can I be? And how awkward and out of control can I be? And how much can I just know that whatever choice I make, that's the right one? I had a Sprite over my head. I know, super casual stuff. Thank you. You get what I'm saying, man? Like, there's always going to be something. Successful people go through it. Unsuccessful people go through it. Old people, young people, rich people, poor people. Like, there's always going to be a potential problem. It's just more so of stopping in that moment and to think, okay, what's my story? I'm a storyteller. What's my story? Okay, how am I presenting myself? How am I occurring to this other person? Because again, if your mom, if your dad, if your family frustrates you, if they have levels of narcissism, they pick up on the fact that you're frustrated. No, I got you. I got you, Amy. I got you. I got you. Thank you. People pick up on the fact that you're frustrated. Your body language, you are communicating to people. That's why when I was talking to this person who was sucks, huh? You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? It never stops. Oh man, yo, like I can't imagine. What a test today. What a test. And he's gonna turn it up louder and louder and louder. Wild. I can't imagine. Why not turn it up all the way? Man, can you imagine? I wonder if I should, I'm gonna stay out here. Oh man. Patience, Nikki Scorpio. Patience, Nikki Scorpio. Patience, Nikki Scorpio. Let's enjoy it. Yes. And then here's another thing. What's hold on, pop quiz. I love it. Okay, this is Teachable Sunday. Thank you. What is a quick thing that you can say in your head right now if you're like me, if you're annoyed? I'm aware that I'm annoyed. What do I know I love the music too. Mandy, I love it too. I just like to be around people who respect what I do. And it's just like there's no awareness, you know? So what's a thing? What's the thing? Yes, breathing is good. Breathing is good. What is a simple thing? What's a simple thing that I can say right now internally if you've been rocking on these live streams? If I'm frustrated and the human brain goes, I'm not in control. Let me see. Definitely someone who needs to be heard for sure. I choose this. Yes, exactly. So here's what that looks like. So right now, 5-year-old Nikki is roar like this, right? Because like, I can't control this environment. So I go like this. Oh man. You see? I feel like I need to go with the flow and dance with it. No, I can't do that because then that person's gonna think that that's okay, and every single live stream is gonna be a '70s rock party all the time. Like, all right, everybody, we're meditating. I'm gonna have to get long hair. It's gonna be a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but see, listen, and again, today's a good day for us to learn together. One of the things that I'm going on this road trip for is to let go of control. You like the crazy vibe likes you. One of the things that I'm letting go on this trip is control, is a concept of control. Human beings by nature are very, very, very controlling. We control how people see us. We if people say something that we don't like, we control it. So think about that. I'm aware that human beings are controlling. So for me, I'm hyper focusing on it. And this is that. This is me right now as a human being, being in the illusion of I'm not in control. I feel like I need to go indoors. I feel like I need to go indoors because I like being in nature. It's just, I got the solution for every problem. Just bear with me. Just gonna pause for a second.
Determined to bring his A game, place him up in fresh Puma court. Is her daughter's style as big as her personality?
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you for your patience.
Online and at a local famous store. Buy one item, get a second item of equal or lesser value for half price. Some exclusions apply.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. People just love the energy that you possess, and they show it in different ways. Okay. All right. There we go. I know. I want to be out there in the sky. I just like to find a solution. All right. Thank you. It's different. I feel you. This isn't my home. You know what I mean? This is not my home. I don't live here. I left New York. I'm paying rent. I'm paying for groceries. I'm helping out. Am I gonna have a conversation with that guy later? No. It's his home. What can I do? It's a different way of living. Drop an emoji if you have people like that in your life who are unaware of your peace and who you are. And again, I'm not putting anybody down. It's just factual. I get it. So it doesn't matter what I go through, it's what I do with it. So what do I do with it? Right? I'm not going to stop and tell somebody to change when it's their home and they think differently. They come from a different time. I'm in North Carolina. Three breaths, exactly. Love you too. 3 breaths. Yep, absolutely. I love how teachable this Sunday live stream is today. Man, it is just very, very teachable. A lot of landmines, a lot of pop quizzes. Thank you, Benna. I got you. I'm taking action. Thank you. I appreciate you. I know. Thank you for your concern. It's all good. I got the solution. Thank you, Snowbird. Thank you. See? Teachers need teachers. Healers need healers. People need people. The difference, what you're seeing, that was obviously very different and unplanned, and you could even say that it's awkward. The difference is I'm not ashamed and I'm not embarrassed. It's just a temporary thing. It's a temporary thing. So you don't have to be a perfect presentation. It triggered a lot of us. All right, well, let's do something here. Let me see if I can change the energy in here. Let me see if I can just change the dynamic in here. Let me see what I can do with this lovely information. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see what I can do. Let me see. Let's shift the energy in here. I know you like the Outside Office. I do too. I also like limited 70s rock and roll, not at full blast. So, 1 second. See if we can change it. Not a self-imposed prison. That self-imposed prison would be if I thought that I was stuck. As long as I have cell phone reception, I can work anywhere in the world. So even on my worst day, I'm still in gratitude. I wouldn't change anything in my life. All right. Let me just do some, send some energy into this live stream. It's all good. You can say I accept or don't. Your boundaries are respected. I connect with God, with angels, with the good stuff. Not you, them. I got you. Thank you. Roar! Hey, thank you for the tiny diny. You want to know where I went to? Want to know where I went to? Would you like to know what I did? I went to a space of, I set the intention for gratitude. I set the intention to remove the residue. I visualized that I just got like the greatest news that I've ever heard, and I'm immediately packing my bags and leaving. And I just got the grant, I got the donation, I got the funding, and we made it. It's timeline jumping, it's quantum healing, it's quantum manifestation. It's emotional mastery. Thank you, I appreciate you. So that's real, that's genuine. That laughter, that love, that smile, because I see it, I feel it, I know it to be true. See? If you have questions, please put the questions on here. Normally there's a question and answer box. However, TikTok is inconsistent. Thank you, Scuds. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So this is how I move. This is how I navigate. This is how I operate. And the reason why I'm okay with all of this is because I understand that you're all going through this in a different way. Like, I understand that people feel really uncertain. I understand that people are removing relationships and changing situations and, you know, getting out of situations that are frustrating. I very much get that people are quitting their jobs and not being around their family members and doing different things. And here, let me just get a little bit more comfortable. Not that I was uncomfortable, but I want to get comfortable. I very much get that people are living in a world right now. Does it feel like you're living in two worlds at once? Does it feel like some of the stuff that's happening, that, like the choices that you're making, like it doesn't feel logical? Does it feel like right now you're questioning yourself, like, am I really about to do this? Am I really doing this? Am I really going for this? Right. So that shows up differently for you than it does for me. It's just, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're in a collective consciousness. The reason why your life doesn't always make sense is because your higher self is making decisions now. You feel like you know what's going on and you don't at the same time. Exactly. 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 Welcome to the party. And it's going to continue being like that. It's going to continue making sense and not making sense. I have this one world where there's frustration, and I have another world where I'm getting paid to do what I love. I have people around me who are amazing people, intelligent people. Because of the moderator, Jen, who's on here, I'm able to stream on like 5 different platforms at the same time and expand because of the people around me. We're inking deals. We're doing good business. We're making a difference in this world. There are amazing seeds that are being planted. And all of that was in a place while I was supposed to be on a road trip with somebody else, and I was quote unquote stuck in North Carolina because that person had transportation. They signed it over to me, and I didn't want to be on the trip anymore because my safety and my reputation was in danger when I got around them. So should I be frustrated or should I find the solution? There's always potentially a problem, and there's always a solution. I just want for you to understand, like, most of the people that you look at, the celebrities, the entertainers, the influencers, the people who do the marketing and promotion stuff, like the life coaches, the Tony Robbins of this world, a lot of times, like, behind the scenes, they are not who they are on camera. They are not who they are through and through. And I think you're tired of being around people like that. I think you are tired of turning on your television or turning on social media or just turning on life and seeing people. You're like, you are not who you appear to be. You are not. I see you. Like, at the end of the day, you can read my eyes, right? And you can see who I am beyond all my words and see if I'm really who I say that I am. Hey, what's up, Susan? Nice to see you. In your gut, absolutely. It's not what you're going through, it's what you do with it. What you experienced outside, depending on how long you've been on this live, was 2 different instances where somebody is like just not aware of who I am and what I'm doing. And chances are, life is teaching you a lesson and teaching me a lesson all the time right now because it's time for us to level up. So should I be frustrated and annoyed? Maybe temporarily. That's why I tell you not to feel ashamed of your feelings. I was frustrated. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not going to take that out on that other person because they want to listen to the music. It's nice outside. It's like 70 degrees. There's a breeze. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's not what you go through. It's what you do with it. So I went over to another place, and that was cool. And he sat down, and he turned on his music, and it got loud. And so I'm frustrated again. And so I don't really have reception because I'm literally in the woods. Like, if it wasn't for this Wi-Fi, there'd be no reception right now because the roof is made of tin. It's not my home. I do have plans. However, I'm going to tell people after there's ink on the deal because things are happening and are in motion. Right. People are teachers, and people are constantly right now teaching us to know who we are. And that's what I feel like the theme is right now. It's like, in adversity, in frustration, in impatience, and other people's negative energy, with blessings, with joy, with prosperity, can you be aware of who you are, where your mind goes to? Hold on a second. I got to do something really quickly. Really quickly. I gotta detangle this cord. I gotta plug in. I gotta call in like an hour with somebody who wants to level up and connect with me. I love the fact that I can be myself and be Albert Einstein and be a little bit awkward and eccentric and still level up and still be a manifesting machine. 1 second, please. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Oh. Whoa. Are you checking out my bum? Excuse me. Excuse me.
Thank you, I needed that.
Right, me too. All right. I love and I acknowledge being patient. I'm so grateful for my patience. I'm so grateful. If there's one thing I want to give you, patience is part of your manifesting. Patience is your momentum. Patience is slowing down every single part of a Scorpio. And there's also the planets and the stars also have anger and sadness and emotions going on right now. Moving slow will help you move faster. Thank you, Snowbird. Thank you. Hey, Nickster, what's going on, man? I'm actually going to take away your name, Nicholas. Your name, Nicholas, is being revoked because Nicholas means victory to the people. And you've been watching too many YouTube tutorial videos.
The elites are always showing the signs. I watch 4-hour documentaries about the elites, and they do text-to-speech.
No, I have a skull. I have bones. I'm born the day before Halloween. You gotta, Nick, from one Nick to another, you really need to stop watching 4-hour YouTube documentaries with people who don't show their face, bro, please. The text-to-speech thing, it's not in style anymore. You really, you can scroll away. There's a European girl in spandex on the next one. Please, for the love of everything that is good and holy, from one Nicholas to another, please. Operators are standing by, Nick. Call 1-800-NICKI-SCORPIO. Help is on the way. Thank you. A Scorpio's been waiting his whole entire life to be so completely on point and scattered at the same time, to lift people up and to shut other people down. I know, it's very confusing. I know that you woke up today and you don't like your circumstances. Good, we're friends now. I got jokes, bro, come on. I got jokes. I do know the truth. Do you know what the truth is, Nickster? The truth is, nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows. And if you're going on a live stream and you're focusing on a t-shirt thinking that there's symbolism and this is demonic, God created my shirt, God created the fabric, God created skulls, God created bones. What's demonic about that? Satan is actually a mistranslation, it's a misinterpretation. Channel Yoda for a second. Exactly, right there. You see that right there? I love skulls. I'm born the day before Halloween. Look, I love the Mexican culture. I like skulls. I'm old skull. Please stop watching 4-hour YouTube documentaries. Please, there's more to life. Thank you. Whew. Man, Holy Spirit activate. Telling me that I'm evil. I will pray for you. You are lower vibration. You are lower vibration. No. Everybody should do everything the way that everybody says. Everybody should change all the time. Man, I cannot imagine. I can't imagine needing validation from people. I hope in this wild, weird live stream that I did today, I hope that you look at me from somebody you've been seeing on my live streams and seeing many different sides of me in different conversations and different angles. I hope that the takeaway that you get from today's live stream is that there is constantly going to be a possibility for drama, for chaos, and for people's judgment. I really hope you get that. And you know who I am. You know what I'm about. You know that the point of these live streams is to experience unconditional love and to have difficult conversations and to talk about a different perspective. Not every day is going to be perfection unless you choose it to be and understand that everything's working in your favor. And there are pop quizzes and there are lessons. Thank you. It never stops. And I want to show you that. And it's not a scary thing or a limiting belief. And if you think it is, go hang out at Whole Foods in Venice Beach all the time and hang out with Sage Healing Wolf, who only hangs out with people who moisturize and have spiritual animal names, okay? I'm gonna be over here in the real world and in the illusion world and in all different dimensions, bringing people together, encouraging people to move forward. Telling you, man, I refuse to be miserable. I refuse to change who I am because one person has opinions about me. And I want for you to get that of like, maybe he's right. Maybe today's the day that I'm just gonna own my awkwardness and my eccentricities and my weirdness and my awkwardness. And if anybody doesn't like it, I'm gonna lean into it and say, I actually love who I am. No, Venice Beach is a good place to visit. It's just, I got jokes. In Los Angeles, for people who live in Los Angeles know, there's levels and layers to Los Angeles, and it gets interesting. And there's a certain community within the spiritual community that thinks that everything is either high vibration or low vibration, when that's just saying sinful and righteous. And that like, if you're not gluten-free and all these different things, that you're a terrible person, forgetting about the other lifetime where they were a hypocrite. So I'm just here to disrupt all that illusion of like, I'm more spiritual than you kind of nonsense. Or like all spiritual people should be in one category, and if you're not this way, then you're not spiritual, or something like that. I call out the people, for example. I know people in the spiritual community that go on live streams and get around other people in the spiritual community, and they paint this picture of, look at how enlightened I am. Look at how ascended I am. Look at how educated I am. And then, you get around your family members, you're like, shut up, no, don't do that, no, don't talk to me that way, no. And then you get right back around your spiritual people, and you're like, ah, yes, they were lower vibration. My sister is lower vibration. My brother is lower vibration. I am the chosen one. They are so stupid. Like, what? I'm calling you out. Hey, what's going on? My name's Nikki Scorpio. I'm the introvert that speaks up. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? No matter who you're around, you should still be able to love them, because we're all doing the best they can, the best we can. We all have our logic, and we're all living in this logical, illogical world. And everybody thinks that you should change who you are, and you think that everybody should change who they are. Hello? Hello? Oh, I lost them. Oh, well. Okay? Hang out with the Scorpio in your life. We mean well, and we are tuned in. We see you humans. We see what these human beings do. People are sneaky, man. People are so funny. Human beings are the funniest creatures in the world. People right now are completely and totally losing every single, like, this is the fascinating thing. More so for people who are extroverted, they're having the hardest times right now because they by design want to connect with other people. Introverts, or just people who in general are truth seekers, it is so powerful right now to go more internal. It's okay that you feel alone right now. It's actually, I feel like, a secret weapon for you to level up right now, like a love weapon, like a healthy weapon, like a weapon of love. Right, Jen, exactly. A lot of introverts becoming extroverts and extroverts becoming introverts. Things are changing in this world. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for this. Thank you for those of you who tapped that star up there to subscribe. If you want to have a 5, 10, 15 minute one-on-one call with me, tap where it says, yo, Nikki Scorpio, tap that star. It's $5.99, and message me on Instagram or on the Discord, and I will call you. Video chat or phone call. We can talk about a focused issue in your life. from a space of emotional intelligence. Change your perspective. Be awkward, be eccentric, be in love with yourself, be more of who you are. You know what you're doing, even when it looks like you don't. Every choice you make is the right one. You've always known who you are. You were just insecure. You were just insecure. You just wanted other people to love you. That movie, Lucy, is a good movie. You're doing the best you can with the information you have. And you want other people's approval, but they don't approve of themselves. I will respect you more if you don't see eye to eye with me and you love yourself than if you agree with me and nod your head just because you want to hang out. Love releasing the energy. I'm telling you, you know who you are. You always have. Think about it. The only times where you didn't know what you were doing is because you were insecure, but you still knew what you were doing. Like, you knew that things were off. You knew that there was another way to move, and that person told you were wrong, and you wanted their love, and so you didn't speak up. And then that started becoming your personality and a pattern in your life. Can you start telling people that you actually have an opinion and you have a thought and you see things differently? We would love to hear from you. We would love to see you be more yourself. We would love for you to be more expressed within who you are. Because I'm telling you, if you really, really think about it, I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. Can you be yourself even when you're awkward and when you're falling and life doesn't make sense? Like, I'm sure there's a different way that I could have handled the last 45 minutes or hour or whatever that was. I'm sure there's a different way I could have handled it. However, bigger picture, I think I did all right. I think the fact that I didn't push the Scorpio button was good. I think the fact that I was able to find a solution in the heat of the moment in front of 100 people, pretty good. Not too shabby, eh? It's just, I would say the one thing that I did that changed my life was I removed, thank you, Jen, thank you. Right, Zanika. No, I'm saying there could have been a different way. There could have been a different way. Thank you, Shannon. So tap, if you want to do a live one-on-one with me, tap my name, go to my profile, tap book time with me. I do package deals if you have a lot to unpack. 30 minutes is $25, $45 for an hour, 4 sessions for the price of 2. And if you do the package deal, which I'm grateful, whatever, regardless, you just book the first one. And there's a calendar, and it's gonna tell you which day do you wanna book with me, what time do you wanna book with me. It goes in accordance with your calendar. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes, and it's through PayPal. Even if you don't have PayPal, you can tap PayPal and it'll say enter debit or credit. What's that meditation for you to review things you weren't seeing at the time? That's what meditation is for, I see. Yes, I also have a really cool book about boundaries, setting boundaries. I would say in a certain way, I set a boundary with what happened in the past hour. Because again, somebody else might just be outside when there's loud music playing. However, I'm aware that there are some people that are HSPs. Do you know what an HSP is? Highly sensitive person. They exist. If you're somebody who plugs your ears when fire trucks come around, if certain noises upset you and trigger you and frustrate you, highly sensitive people, I'm aware. Thank you, Susie, for purchasing the subscription. Make sure that you message me either on Instagram by tapping my bio link, or you message me on Discord with your TikTok username, and we will do a phone call or a video call if you want to. You're gonna be losing service now. Safe travels. Thank you. What I talk about is emotional intelligence. What I talk about is emotional mastery, being able to stop in those moments. It's okay that you overreact. It's okay to be frustrated. It's frustrating. It's human. The difference is, do you carry it with you or do you stop in that moment? Can you press your spiritual emergency brake and love in that moment where every part of you wants to attack or judge or whatever? Where's the thing? There it is. Noise gets to you a lot. Got you. Yeah, you might be a highly sensitive person. It's all good. It happens. It does. Right? So right now, what you're going to be experiencing is a lot of life right now is not going to feel logical. There's going to be times in your life you're like, is this real life? Is this person really doing this? The question for me that's keeping me going is, what's the me thing? What's the internal thing? What's my solution? What's my perspective? What's my story? Right. Sammy's right. Thank you, Ever-Changing Anomaly, for purchasing that subscription. Thank you. I appreciate you. Again, if you want to connect with me, if you want to do a 5, 10, 15-minute call for a focused problem solution, you can tap that star up there. It's $5.99. You're supporting me. I'm supporting you. If you do want to book with me, tap the link in my bio, book time with me, connect with me that way. Again, it's on Zoom. What we talk about is emotional intelligence, which for me is just simply feeling your feelings and being able to really honor them and to acknowledge them and to not let them overpower you and to take away from your momentum. You know? Yeah, it's different to be around other people. It's easy when you're by yourself. Like when I started off this live stream, it was just me. And then somebody showed up because it's their house. So again, I can't be mad. Who am I to tell somebody else to change? I don't want for people to change. If anything, especially for you too, I want for you to be more yourself. I want for you to be more yourself, because I don't think you are used to being this tuned in to who you are. I think you've been living your life for other people, and that's why you get frustrated and upset and feel unwanted and unloved. Because when people compliment you, sometimes you don't even hear the compliment all the way. You don't even receive it all the way. You're just, it's like you just ignore it because you have to take care of other people. The question is, how much can you acknowledge yourself? What's something that, drop a comment right now. What's something that you acknowledge that you've improved in your life? Even if it's that you just had the awareness, even if it's just you just have more awareness right now in this moment. Come on, acknowledge yourself. Let's level up. Let's change the dynamics in here. Boundaries, good, love that. I heard this cool guy, Nikki Scorpio, has an ebook. It's $8 for 26 pages. How amazing. Level up your self-trust, powerful. Awareness, believing in yourself. Let me see. Open to change and possibilities. Breath work with you. Love that. Gratitude, my artistic abilities, my reactions. My relationship with my son. Love that. Standing up for myself, taking time for me, self-worth. You can't name anything? Okay, Christy. How about the fact that you're actually, on a social media platform to educate yourself, to have more awareness? That's a pretty good one. It's a pretty powerful one. Because right now you can be watching somebody just staring at the screen being like, the next person who makes me talk, I'm gonna sign off. And they're like, okay, you have options. Let me see some more of these. Trusting, boundaries, trusting in the great spirits. Love that. Boundaries, awareness, shadow work, breath work, quit smoking, self-worth. Love that. Showing up for myself. Love me more. Gain more wisdom regarding being involved with the supreme narcissist. Love that. They're not on the guest list anymore. Less anger and almost no judgment towards others anymore. Calling myself out to my son. Wow, love that. Grateful for my family. Trusting others. Wow. I'm so honored to be in your presence. Standing in your space, being bold and loud, passionate, fire, speaking up, shadow work. Woo, woo. Okay, see? Love this. Love this. And this is also a part of emotional intelligence and emotional mastery. What do we want to give attention to? The problem or gratitude? You can acknowledge someone else's success without the ego. That's powerful. I used to be jealous. I used to be frustrated. I used to look at other people and say, oh, it must be nice. Why do you get to travel? And then I realized when I'm able to travel, I don't want people to look at me that way. What a concept. What a concept. That's a tough one. It is. It's wild. The journey of growth, of getting past like jealousy, insecurity. Man, how do you get over that way of thinking? I go back to gratitude when I judge other people. I go back to seeing my success when I judge other people. I go back to what am I grateful for when I don't like other circumstances. You still get mad at privileged people? How interesting. Let's talk about that. Here's where I go with that information. I've met people who are privileged. I know a guy who comes from a trust fund. He can't help it. He was born that way. He comes from a trust fund. Every month he was getting, I don't know if it's changed, every month he was getting $10,000. No matter what, dad would just put it into his account. Right? Should we be jealous because that person has it easy? What if I told you, even though I came from poverty, that I've hung out with people like that and that they don't have the rawness that you have. They don't have the spirit that you have. They don't have the ancient wisdom that you have. And you phrase a very you act or place. We have such a challenging time making friends. I like wearing the suits too. And that's the fascinating thing, is that when I do wear suits, I get that I look like a Peaky Blinder because that's where my ancestry comes from. I get, oh, look at this guy, he's a con artist, he's scamming people. And then when I wear a t-shirt showing my tattoos, I get, oh, who's this guy with his tattoos thinking he's some know-it-all? You haven't even been to college. And I'm like, okay. You know, people are gonna have opinions about you. The reason why we don't like other people is because there's a part of ourselves that we're frustrated about. So I would say it's a powerful awareness that you're aware that you're judging other people who are quote unquote privileged. I learned something, man. Those people are craving people like you and me. Those people who don't have what you have. They are craving your energy and your spirit. They wish that they had people around them like you who don't care about the brand names. Because everybody in their life is saying, donate more, give me more, look good, always look good, do not look bad, do not show your real feelings, look attractive, look attractive, look attractive. What if you had millions of dollars and you didn't have one person in your life you could actually trust? Think about it. I've met people like that. I met a woman who was a house cleaner, and when I was an Uber driver in 2016, and she said, the man whose home that I was cleaning today, he was crying. And I said, what's wrong? He said, my Ferrari's collecting dust because I don't have one friend I can drive it around with. And he was so sad. And you say, oh, poor little rich person, you don't know my struggle and my suffering. Like, your loneliness is more important than this other person's loneliness because you think that their life is good. And you're playing yourself small because you've been hustled by society and you've fallen for the trap. You're going on an honorable journey. You're courageous. You're a powerful person. The world's in an abusive relationship. You're the perfect leader. You're self-sabotaging and playing yourself small to validate that life is hard and nobody understands you. We pick ourselves up with grace. We pick ourselves up. We love ourselves now. We're not ashamed. We're not afraid of who we are. We don't give other people attention with jealousy and insecurity. We don't match that. We don't focus on that. I'm telling you, for every problem, there's a solution. There's always a different perspective. I'm telling you, I was so surprised when I started hanging out with wealthy people of like, I think you would actually be surprised. I think you would be surprised if you hung out with really successful people, that you get along better with really successful people. The reason why you're unhappy is because the people around you are jealous and insecure and frustrated and think, oh, it must be nice, and who do you think you are, and you think you're better than other people over and over again. I think you actually do better with better people. I think you deserve better. What are my favorite colors? Such a challenging question. I like blue. I'm gonna say blue. You do better around better people. You do better around people who think differently. I've seen it. I've had conversations with people that were worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and they got me. And I realized after those conversations, that's actually how I picked myself up. And that's why, thank you, Michael. That's why I'm talking to you about presentation today. Because if you're aware of your presentation, and if you honor your presentation, and if you honor who you are, other people will see that within you. Real recognize real. Real recognizes real. You'd be surprised. No matter what your budget is, no matter what your age is, no matter what your bank account is. It's not about getting approval from the other person. Who am I? You don't need my approval. If you like my energy, I appreciate it. However, you don't need to change who you are, put yourself down to connect with me or anybody. Be yourself. You don't need me. Have the energy of catch me if you can. You're lucky to be in my presence. It's not cocky. It's not conceited. Know who you are. Know your worth. It doesn't matter what your teeth, what your mouth, what your accent, what your voice, what your hair looks like, what your weight looks like. Your limiting story. You do better with better people. When you take that leap, when you follow your intuition more, there's gold on the other side. I'm telling you. Tell them what we tell people who try to put us down. Yeah, I mean, I say I'm not your bad day. I say, imagine me needing your validation. I say, wow, you're really upset. Let me know when you're ready to talk to me and have a civilized conversation. You say, oh, I say, oh, you're clearly upset. What's going on? Communicate with me because it's us versus the problem. I don't think that I'm better than you. I want to help find a solution, and I love you and I care about you. I say, I'm not your bad day, your bad mood, your subconscious belief, your dad. Thank you. Lots of love. Enjoy your day. Perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. Self-worth will change everything around you. The more that you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't know in the moment. If you're talking, for example, if we're having a conversation, if you're off, if you are off, if you are awkward, if you make a mistake, immediately go to a place of so does everybody else, so do other people. I'm not ashamed of who I am. Like, I don't know how long you've been on this live stream for, but earlier, like when there was a lot of noise, there was a lot of sound going on, I just picked up the camera and I moved to a different location, and then I picked up the camera and I moved inside and just found the solution. It's easy to get lost in other people's stuff, because here's the thing. Sometimes, and I think that was evidence of it, sometimes people want your attention and they just don't know how to get it. So presentation is you knowing who you are in those moments, and getting beyond the frustration to say, maybe this person wants love. Thank you, Jesse. We're dropping gems. It's what I do. It's what we do. The more gems I drop, the more I receive. I refuse to be miserable. So watch out for how you put yourself down and how you play yourself small to get attention. Watch out for how you go to a place of anger or frustration with other people because they don't see eye to eye with you. You want to see if the music is still playing? You want for me to go check to see if I can go outside? I wonder if we should all have, I wonder if we should have Jen come on here and do some singing and do some toning and stuff like that. I wonder if we should. Let's take a look. Encourage Jen to come on here. Hold on one second. This is going to pause 1 second. or don't. Access the energy, tap into nature. And we're just gonna like rock out right now, apparently, because it's just what's happening. Bellacuda. Bellacuda? Bellacuda? I just want to check something really quickly because my noise canceling headphones were not canceling the noise. Hold on. All day the music, not all day, but this one's playing. Oh, how about that? Wow, amazing. Can it all be so simple? I love technology. I could definitely do a commercial. I know Apple is an unethical company in the same way like everything has goodness and badness, like you can die from drinking too much water. I got to be completely and totally honest and tell you that noise canceling headphones are a savior. We're just waiting on Jen. I got you. Take your time, Jen. We love her. So focus on some things that you're grateful for. I love solutions. I'm grateful for solutions. I'm definitely grateful for solutions. Can't hear anything. Are you ready, Jennifer? Are you ready to do the toning? Hello. We are very patient, but we are also humans. And we're like a child, like a 5-year-old. Got you. Grateful for green tea. Grateful for green tea. Green tea is good. Did you know that monks drink matcha because it's good for brain function? Grateful we're here together. Grateful we're loving ourselves more and more. Grateful for patience. Grateful for patience. I am so grateful. I'm such a patient person, and I do not destroy when other people are unaware. Oh, hi there. Hi. Grateful for my pistachio aura. In case you didn't know, in case you didn't see my video from yesterday, I was going out and about into the world, and I went outside, right, and I was just walking around, and I had to go into this store just for whatever reason, don't even remember why, and I was looking in the mirror, and I saw my aura for the first time, and it was pistachio. It was a pistachio color, and I thought that was peculiar. And so I looked online and I said, Siri, why do I have pistachio colored aura? And Siri told me it's because I was nuts. So I don't know what that means, but follow me for more. Grateful for emotional intelligence. Grateful. Oh no, I do not. I do not. I do not need medication. What are you talking about? Me? Barracuda.
Hello. There we go.
Hello, welcome to the wild, random episode of the Nikki Scorpio show that has been the most attention deficit, hyper, non disorder, perfectly ordered, perfectly organized, chaotic life lesson, troll teaching, deep breathing.
I've been loving every second of it. Just like, wow, talk about lessons right in person. Like, you did such a good job. Like, everybody, let's give him a round of applause. An A today. Like, he is doing it.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank God, and I'd also would like to thank myself for not pushing the Scorpio destruction nuclear button It was really, there were moments there where I almost lost it. Thank you all. Thank you. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you, North Carolina. I love you. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
As a fellow
Yes.
Scorpion, I can say I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's why I say an A all the way through.
Thank you. Thank you. So talk to us.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I first of all thank you for your patience as I was in a conversation with my son because he was actually listening to the conversation too, and he was asking questions. So I was off in mom world for a second, and then I was like, "Oh wait, he said my name." So here I am with bees and butterflies and dragonflies, and yeah, I'm feeling the vibe this morning. I was a little bit not sure what was going on with the energy, but I love how we just kind of worked through it with Nikki now.
Well, let me ask you a question. How did your day start off? The reason why I want to know is because I went outside to start my day off at like 10 o'clock, and I just walked outside, and there wasn't a cloud, which is cool. The weather was like very breezy and beautiful. It was just, I felt this thing of like a really big change. Like I felt a very like, what is this energy? It doesn't feel like anything that I've felt. Like it was very different for me when I woke up today.
Yes, I would say that for myself too. Like I woke up, like I think I texted you. I was like, I feel like I have a hangover right now. And I don't get hangovers. So I was like, what is this energy? Like I didn't drink or do anything last night. And so then I sat with it and it was very much that same thing. Like, okay, there was a huge shift and my body is adjusting for a second. So I took the time and centered myself, and I'm a shaman, so I opened the four directions and asked what it is that, especially as we're going into the live feed with you as well, I was already picking up on people's energies. So I told Nikki this morning, I was like, hold on, I'm putting in some protection right now because um, the one
Trolls,
thing.
and also trolls also come extra live on Sundays, and they, as even before you joined in, somebody was like, "Why should I listen to somebody who doesn't know the difference between a cur and a peer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Wow, okay. Happy
I
Sunday to you too. The Lord's watching you. The Lord is watching you. I'm gonna pray for you."
when I came in and that was the first thing I was already seeing, I was like, I know a bunch of us on there because I just went on the like, oh, okay, good morning to you too. Like, but I already felt them coming. So I was ready for
Right.
them. Like, were too. And so was your whole team here. Like, everybody was in, like, okay, we see you. Move along now. And we had your
Word.
back at ours. So that's what
Thank you.
teamwork looks like, everybody. So let's give everybody else a round of applause. Great job. Everybody's doing so good.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
because as we're moving through this energy right now, and like, even if you study science, right? If you're someone on here that doesn't like totally connect with the whole spirituality part of it, I was just watching this video from NASA that was talking about how Earth is a giant, we have a crystal basically in the middle, and they are literally seeing the way the energy works is it'll split when it gets to this certain space, and they reported it already, NASA, that the Earth was spinning faster than, and they don't know why, and the only thing they can come to a conclusion with is that it's an energy with rocks and stuff. They can actually see this split happening, and I was sitting at it looking at it from a spiritual perspective too, going, oh, don't we all see that split right now, right? And some of us are calling it tracks, some of us are seeing the choices being put right in front of us, like, which path are you going to take? I mean, it's free will, it's free choices. You choose which direction you're going on. Are you tuning into that? Are you paying attention? Because for me personally, I had the choice put in front of me, and it was showing me the old patterns that I've always chose, that now I know have lovely lessons on the other side. And I had to
Yes.
decide. I had to decide, have I learned these lessons? Would I like to move on? And for me, the answer was yes. I'm done. So,
Yes,
uh,
please. It's been fun. Thank you. I really must go. Oh, yes. Thank you. Backing out the car now. Rocket ship on the way. Thank you. Enjoy that.
yes. But I can tell you, I've been in other spaces where, like, now that I look back, I was aware of choices that came up in front of me, and I was like, okay, let's try this again and see if it'll change. So maybe you're in that space too and not seeing it and just need to give yourself love there too, that it's okay. Like you need to go one more round to learn the lesson, right? Or someone else in your life right now that you see, I think this is going to speak a lot of truth to a lot of us right now, that you see doing the same pattern again, and you want to be there for them, and you want, like, please just choose this other path, but they're not ready. They're not ready. So just let them be. Know that they are exactly where they need to be. And yes, there's some sadness behind that because some of us are realizing that they're going to be on this path. They're going to be on that course, right? And we're over here. But you can still, touch base and send love every once in a while and check in with them. But, and then some might just totally disconnect altogether. But learning to be okay with that, I feel like, is a general lesson that I've been seeing with my clients, with, oh, beautiful butterfly, um with the just in general people that I work with every day and love being around. I'm seeing that same lesson coming up of, but I don't want to let them go. But are you saying yes to yourself, right? Are you understanding what your true truth is and understanding that you need to have people around you that support that truth? Because it's when we start doubting that, then the people that are going to come and join you with that doubt, they will come in. And all I have to say is, if it comes to you and you don't like it, remember what Nikki says to us all the time: I chose this.
Yep.
It can go
Also,
either way.
also, also, a quick thing to understand too is that when you meet somebody where they're at and they come with negativity or anger or they're just really loud or whatever, and you get frustrated and you get angry and you stay in that space of I don't like what they're doing, and you
Mhm.
stay in it, that what you're doing is you are now drawing up a contract and you're saying this is how I'm moving forward. You're making an agreement to go to that space. It is a contract. And if you can look at it that way, to say like, what contracts am I signing up for? What agreements am I agreeing to? And to say like, where is that agreement? Where is that contract of how I'm currently choosing to feel taking me?
Yes. And in the shamanic world too, that was where I really learned that life, everything is a contract. Everything that comes into your life. That the way that I look at it, like when I was taught this, was I feel like before we come down into these bodies, before our soul connects to this earthly body, like remembering that this body shares the same exact DNA to this planet. So like anything that she can do to heal, you can also do the same thing. But we also have this higher consciousness, this that's connected to God, source, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's all the same. That we were up there and we're like, well, these are the lessons we're going to take. Okay, I'm going to sign up for this class. I'm going to sign up for this class. I'm going to sign up for this class. And then it's like we're in the class and we're going, I'm not sure that I want this lesson anymore.
Right.
Then you just sit there and decide, do I just need to stick through it? Because some of us who've gone through, college and stuff like that too, when we make those choices, not when we're being told what to do. When we go into college, we get to choose the courses most of the time. And you can choose to go, I'm going to drop this class now because it's not feeling like my jam anymore, which could have been your lesson all along. And then you have
Right.
to learn to set up that contract. We forget that you can actually rewrite contracts. You can null it and get it moved on, and then make a new one. It's the same thing. Like I've heard Nikki bring up with abortions and miscarriages. It's a contract. That baby is coming in through a contract that you made. You can sit there and connect with that soul and say, okay, I know that I agreed that you were going to come in around this time. But I've made some decisions. I'm going to take ownership here that it's just, I don't feel that it's safe. I don't think it's the right time. You've brought my awareness to it, and I really thank you for that. But is there any way that we can reschedule this? Like, can we add an amendment? And you will feel with that soul. Like, I've literally have met women who literally lost the baby right there when they've had that conversation. And then the baby comes later on, and then they're in the right place. And it's again, it's that contract we have with one another. I guarantee people on this live feed right now, we all have somewhat of a contract with another, you know, whether it's just, you know, Minerva said an amazing sentence that woke everybody up, you know, something like that, you know, like it speaks to your soul on some level. And that was my contract. Okay, I served you. And now you served me. You know, it's how is that yin and yang?
Right. Right. Okay. So, yes, I got a 3 o'clock. So for all of you right now, the reason why I brought Jen in, I want for you to follow her, and she's in the same kind of conversation of changing perspectives. And um, Jen is also somebody who's able to, like, if you are into ancient wisdom, if you're a truth seeker, if you have situations in your life where you've tried a lot to get to the other side, and you feel like you have a block, or there's something that just is frustrating, and you can't figure out why it's happening, shamanism, mediumship, ancient wisdom, these are ways that a lot of stuff in my life made sense in a way that like somebody can go in and see things about your life without even knowing you and even knowing your circumstances. So I definitely highly recommend, if you are somebody who has tried a lot to crack your code and you still feel like you have blocks and frustrations in your life, to be open-minded, and to know that, you know, shamanism has been something for me, because what's cool about shamanism is that it's teaching you, like, it's what's inside. It's already there. You already have access to healing, to transformation inside of you. It's being able to find a way to navigate past the sadness, the anger, the frustration, and the stuff that we hide from ourselves, to be able to access it. So that's where these conversations can be really powerful. Jen is also somebody who's able to heal through singing, through the tones, through the vibration in her voice. And I felt like, with the energy today of how it played out, that I felt like it would be good to get some really good centering, grounding, really powerful, explosive, energy into our lives, so that we can remember who we are, and move forward.
Yes. And you taught me a lesson today too, because I had a feeling that I was going to come on because we didn't discuss it. And then I was like, well, we'll see how it goes. But when I was like, I should have trusted my instinct when I heard that message. And it was a good lesson for me, because then all of a sudden I'm like, Jen, are we doing
Yes.
this or not? And I'm like, wait, what?
Hey, hey, Rin SK, Rinsk 99. After she's done with this, that she'll come into the live stream so that you can follow her.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll drop some
and
gems.
there you go. So you can just follow her right there. There you go, right there. That's her, Jennifer Ann. Okay, all right. So thank you all for tapping the screen and for sharing this with somebody you want to see level up. And again, remember, this live stream is protected. This is a safe space for transformation, a safe space for healing. People's funky stuff cannot access your powerful stuff. So really, really take a second to get into a good space to be able to receive. Like I always like to say, I always like to focus on the fact that I believe that this is going to happen. I always like to go to a place of, I receive this healing. I always go to a place of, I trust not only Jen, I trust all of you. I trust myself. I trust my intuition. I trust the process after this, that it's going to take me and keep me in that space, no matter what it looks like. Um, and again, that when anybody's sending you any kind of healing digitally, you can go to the root of what Jen's intention is, or what your intention is for yourself, and you can connect with that energy like a 5-year-old. Just use your make believe. Just know that you can, and bring that into your body, or with what your intention is, and see if you can connect to the excitement that that's actually happening, and go into a place of it already exists. That's what I do. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just like a child, just know that you can.
Oh, thank you for seeing our energy. I love that. And then there was a question too, if it's like going into the Akashic records. No, it's no. I mean, it's if you're asking from the perspective of like asking to come in to that space, and walking in for yourself. I mean, there's an aspect of that, but what I'm doing is I'm coming into your energy field. I have this gift of seeing energy. I've seen it my whole life. I see it around trees, rocks, everything. And I get a sense of the vibration. And when I became a Reiki master, I started learning about the chakras and what they each represent. And I realized that those coordinated with the colors for me. So when I see those colors around, I can then tap into that of what are you working with, what's the block there right now, because there's different shades. So it was interesting that Nikki brought up pistachio because my first question to him was, okay, so are you the shell on the outside that's tan, or are you green with a little bit of yellow? Because I, to me, when I'm reading energy, when I see that, because then my niece was like, oh yeah, I've seen the pistachio color. I'm like, I have never seen this color. I need to like look around, and I want to learn what it means now, because I have color, like a coloring book in my mind of what emotions and what it connects to, and then that's how I tap in. So Snowbird, we'll talk. I'm willing to work. I will work with you as well, and so I'll message you. So back to what I was saying is I also then studied with shamans in Peru with the Oshawa tribe. And then that's when I tuned into my singing and other gifts as well. And so this morning, before we even got on this live feed, I say this morning for me because I'm on the West Coast. So, but when I woke up this morning, I opened the 4 directions. And for those of you who've never heard of the 4 directions, I feel like I need to talk about that a little bit. Each direction carries its own energy, and it's connected to the medicine wheel. So each tribe around this whole planet has a connection to the medicine wheel. That's including black, red, yellow, and white. We are all part of that medicine wheel. It also represents the 4 elements. It also represents, so when I open up the east, that is springtime, right? That's where we are feeling, where we're feeling the energy of ourselves, and we're planting our dreams. We're planting little seeds, right? And then in the summertime, we go into just having fun and we're shedding our skin. Then we're in the south and we're shedding that skin. We're finding our truth and we're just having fun and enjoying. We're playing. It's so important to play. Many of us forget that, well, I got serious. I got things to get done. Well, when you're going around and you're playing and you're having fun, that's where creativity comes. And you let go of that control. So that's why what energy we find in the south. Then when we move to the west, that is the fall energy. And so when I call that in, I ask for the fall to be with us. And that energy represents where we're going in. Everything we planted in the spring, we're pulling out those crops. Now we're getting the information. We're nourishing off of that. Then we move to the north, which is where our ancestors, our angels, we say the feathered ones, just are sitting up there supporting us, and it represents winter. If many of you, like I'm lucky, I live in Lake Tahoe, and so I get the beautiful snow and want to cuddle up by a fire, and I'm dreaming about what I want to bring into this world. And so that's, once we get through that winter, we go back to the east and we're going to plant what we just dreamt about. So, and then we go down to Pachamama, Mother Romance. There's a beautiful story that I'll share one time about their romance and how the sun came in to give her a break, and the moon, they help each other rest, but also at some points they join. So, those are the directions I open before I come in. So we're supported by our ancestors and our angels and everyone that we love. So with that being said, I've done that with you already. I think helping you visualize what that means is needed to be explained, because I've been noticing a lot of people are like, what's the medicine wheel, or what's the four directions, when we say we open the four directions. Now I hope you have a better understanding.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, ready
That must
for it.
have really something for somebody. My throat. Okay, so I'm going to center with you. We're gonna just do 3 deep breaths today. I think I can feel someone is really tight in their throat right now, because I'm tapping in now. If you're feeling that, I want you to take, when you take these deep breaths, really breathe in whatever fear you're feeling, because maybe what I said triggered you, but also I feel like there's an understanding of truth. Like, wait a minute, I forgot about this. There's something to it. So don't hold it. Let it go and let your inner voice speak to you. So if someone's feeling that restriction in your throat and you feel like choking, or you feel like you can't breathe, I feel like it's speaking to the space of, we've all had to be restricted on our truth for a long time. So just know that you are safe now. You were protected, and it's safe to be you now, and let your inner voice speak to you.
Your thing's even cutting off. Your reception is like, it's like cutting a little bit, and it wasn't before. It's interesting.
Probably because they don't want me getting the message across. But it looks like Jesse got the message. So
All
proud
right.
of you for seeing what you need to work on, Jesse. That's beautiful. And I'm glad it spoke to you. And we're here to support you and love you and give you this space to release it. Okay, so let's take those 3 deep breaths, because I feel it clearing up now. And hopefully the audio is clearing up too. So let's breathe in really slow through the nose. Breathe in as deep as you can. And if you feel like you've gone deep enough, breathe a little bit more and hold that and release it through your mouth. So in through your nose, what you're bringing in, and then breathing out what you're releasing and you no longer need. And we're going to do 3 of those. Good job. Go to number 2. And number 3, as we have this beautiful support by this beautiful bird. Very good. So with what that bird is telling me right now is, most of us are really working on using that inner voice, whether it's speaking to yourself and learning to trust yourself, or it's connecting to others, and speaking for yourself. So we're going to work on that with this song. I'm going to stand up because I can use my diaphragm better that way, and I feel some energy behind it. I'm just going to move my camera real fast. But you stay centered. Can you do another breath while I do this? Please feel free. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm tuning into all of your energies. You all have your separate heart song, I call it. And then you may hear my tone go flat or off, or we go from low to really high. Just know this isn't your regular song. It's me tracking your energy as I come to each one of you. If your answer is no, that you do not want an adjustment right now, I respect that and I send you love and I move forward to the next one. So let's all hold this space for each other and send each other love as I bring this energy in.
Oh, it is, and so it is. Wow, love that. Had like a little mini tear. Nose was running, some burps, some yawns. Um, you love that. Definitely made the right healthy choice. Grateful,
Right.
grateful. What did you all notice? Needed that, love that, choose that, receive that. Grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Felt that in your heart and throat. I definitely felt it in my heart a lot too.
There was a
Definitely
lot
in the
of
throat as well.
heart and throat. Yes. Which, to me, what that means is your heart has a message for you. Your heart wants to bring it up to your throat, like I was saying, for you to hear, to hear what your heart wants you to see. Um, it's another, we have that concept of mind versus heart all the time, right? So your mind is trying to, what if, what if, what if, what if? The heart is there with the firm answer. So when you get into that silent mode and you get to that space, the first thing that comes to your mind, learn to trust that, right? I need to walk away from this. The mind's going to say, no, 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 no. Wait, what about this? Wonder if they just need one more chance, or you just need to try one more time. Listen to the heart. No, no. You know what you need to do. It's scary, it's unknown, but I promise you, once you follow that, there is going to be a door that opens of things that you've never even imagined or even knew were possible.
I'm
Dig.
telling you,
Mm-hmm.
grass is greener. Grass is greener over here. It feels good after you take the chance. That's where the payoff is.
Oh, I love that
So
Serenity. Serenity says she gets to go to the Caribbeans now. It came through. Thank you.
love that. All right, now that we're a bunch of burping babies, I need to hop off and prep. I appreciate all of you who support Jen. And support healing and support everybody in this space. I appreciate all the healers, all the moms, all the dads, um, and family, whatever your family looks like. And if you feel like you don't have family, yes, you do. You're part of the family right now. This is Victorious People. Family shows up. Family shows up. All right. And I feel like today for me, I'm definitely going to take more time to be with myself because I'm noticing patience and frustration energy even more being amplified. And I'm aware of that. And so I'm not just going to go into autopilot. So if you can take time for yourself and acknowledge yourself and honor yourself. And remember, you're not obligated to take care of other people all the time. Take time for yourself. I hope you got some leveling up, some healing from this. Um, Jen, if you just want to say anything else or leave anybody with the thought.
Well, I would like to thank everyone for the gifts too, and giving me the space to I've had these gifts for a while, but learning to use them over technology is where I've stepped up. And so I really am so thankful when I see your responses of, wow, that helped me with this, helped me with that. It really is giving, you're sending love back to me and letting me know that I am on the right track too, and reconfirming that for me. So I send all that love back to you, and I just so
Received.
thankful. I'm so thankful for all of you, and I love just chatting with all of you. I feel like I'm making some beautiful friends. Like Nikki was telling me, I love how you call them your girls, because like I feel like there's a group of us here that have really connected already, and now like Jesse just said that he felt really connected with that and he feels calm. Like there's a new friend too. So I just love all of this, and this is the space we need to be in now, everyone. This is the family, like he was saying, and you're not alone.
Amazing.
You're not alone. So I'm gonna leave too,
Truly.
so that way I can make sure I end the live stream correctly for Nikki on Facebook and Twitter and all of that and YouTube.
Yep, yep, yep.
So a family that you think needs to hear this message, or witness how Nikki was such a great teacher for all of us today as he was feeling that energy. and how he showed us, like how he stood up and did I call it the Wonder Woman pose, right?
Yes.
Doing that and showing you the example. And if you were paying attention at that moment, how everything did calm down at that moment. And it responded to his energy. So that was a reminder to you all that we are in control, not them. You control. Don't give them your power. So, yes, go to YouTube,
Exactly.
Twitter, Facebook, and if you're somebody who needs to see this, this is now recorded and saved, and you can share it with them today and be like, watch this dude. Like, he taught me something today, and he learned something today, and you can be a part of it too. You got the music. I got some sirens here in the background.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
we're deep breathing and we're letting it go. All right, kids, I love you. Thank you, victorious people. Rock on. Enjoy your Sunday. Be so kind to yourself. Take a deep breath. Let it all go. If people don't like you, they don't like themselves. Thank you. Thank you, Zen. All jokes aside, I love you. I appreciate you. You want to disconnect and just drop some emojis so people can follow you real quick? And I got to hop into this next meeting.
Let's do this.
All right.
Happy
All right,
Sunday.
y'all. Happy Sunday. Oh, come on, man. Okay. All right. So there we go. I love you, everybody. Thank you so much. And be kind to yourself. Check in, check in, check in, check in. All right. And I got to go. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for make sure you follow Jen right there. She's right there. All right. Uh, enjoy your day. Map out your life. Be aware. Check in. Set aside time. Take breaks. Stretch. Work on your power pose. Take notes. Journal. Document. Be aware. Acknowledge your progress. All right. I love you. If you want to book time with me, emotional intelligence, emotional mastery, being able to set boundaries. It's not about being perfect. You can be awkward. You can be eccentric. You can be over the top. You can be a work in progress and still keep your peace and still know who you are in chaotic energy and in peace and in gratitude. What a concept. Love that for us. So, I love you. I appreciate you. Buy some merch, message me, get a free one-on-one. Join the VTP family. That's tapping that star. That's $5.99. Message me on Instagram, which is in my bio link, or message me on Discord, which is in my bio link. And I'll give you a free 5, 10, 15, 20-minute call. That's it. Energy release. All right, signing off. I got to go. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, everybody. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. I'm signing off in 10. I love you. 9, unconditionally. 8, love yourself. 7, love yourself more. 6, be aware that more self-love is required right now. And that's why you keep on having those fight, flight, or freeze moments, because you just got to go back internally. 5, every choice you make is the right one. If people don't like you, they don't like themselves. 4, anger is insecurity and anger is power. Harness your anger, connect it to your joy, and you can change the world. 3, watch out for life, just ever changing. Take more time to have awareness, to be aware that you're a storyteller. You can tell your story. 2, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so appreciative of you. 1, thank you for all of you who have donated, who have double tapped, who have followed, who have liked since the beginning. Thank you for all of you who send donations. That helps me pay for gas, help me move forward. Okay, that's what we're doing in life. We're moving forward. Okay, I love you. All that's in my bio link. My Venmo is Nikki Scorpio. My Cash App's $ Nikki Scorpio. PayPal is in my bio link as well. I love you. Be kind to yourself. Enjoy your day. And remember,